A sure sign of a fast-changing season in Oregon, just like the thousands of migrating waterfowl that'll be winging their way south to Oregon this month. Hi there, Grant McComey here, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways. And this week we're in for a real treat. We get to enjoy both of those shows, Fall Colors, Migrating Waterfowl, for the price of one adventure as we grab a PFD and a paddle and we go aboard a canoe and explore the wonders of the Tualatin River.
Great river for beginners. You've never paddled before because for most of the year there's little or no current.
Brian Wagner says paddling puts him in touch with the Tualatin River.
There's not much traffic on the river gets clearer, you can see more, and then it gets carpeted with this golden leaves of the Oregon ash trees that fall on the river.
The Tualatin River is born high in the Coast Range. It flows nearly 100 miles through the heart of a fast-growing Washington County on the western edge of the Portland metro area.
The river drops about 1.5 feet over a 30-mile stretch, so there's really no gradient. Great place for bird watchers. We'll see green herons, blue herons, maybe bald eagles, ospreys. So it's a really great place for bird watching.
Wagner and his friends are river keepers. That means they put paddles into action to help the Tualatin. And recently, scores of volunteers walked the talk of caring for this river by giving up a day of their time to pick up boatloads of trash.
Garbage and big garbage, 60-year-old car chassis, and lawnmowers and all sorts of stuff. It's a more enjoyable trip when you go there and you don't see garbage.
This is the source of our water. It's important for us to keep it clean, not just for us, but for wildlife. So we take the recreational aspect and we turn it into an educational. There's an educational component to it that's just as important.
My blood pressure drops and I can just feel the calmness. I consider it an undiscovered wilderness that most people in the Portland area aren't aware of.
Paul Whitney says paddling puts his mind at ease as the fall colors come into their own.
It's pretty spectacular. It's great. Maybe you don't get the diversity of colors that you do in New England, but it's certainly a show of yellow and oranges.
The most common tree we see along the river is probably Oregon ash, and they provide most of the fall color. They turn bright yellow and drop their leaves, and you can, at times, the river will be completely carpeted with these yellow leaves, and just beautiful.
Not only on the river, but ashore at the Tualatin River National Wildlife Refuge, where many people stop in this time of year to gaze across more than 1,000 acres of protected landscape near Sherwood.
It's a gem. It's an unusual situation where people can take a bus and go to a wildlife refuge. Same with this river when you get out on it. As you can see, you feel like you're out in nature, but if you only go mile in either direction, there's the city.
It's sort of place that may leave you wondering, why haven't I been here before?
It's a surprise. It's a sense of discovery. They weren't even aware that this exists right in their back door.
Established in '92, the refuge opened to the public in '07, and it is vast. The site is best enjoyed on a refuge trail, a mile-long wheelchair-accessible ribbon of wonders that skirts the wetlands perimeter. There are plenty of stops along the way, including a river overlook.
Once you get out onto the trail and down into the floodplain and start to get in through these diverse habitats, the urbanization has basically left and you're surrounded by natural sounds in an environment. It's an incredible experience because it's a sense of escape.
And after all, that is the reason for your visit, to escape the city rush for the rush of wings.
I think a lot of people don't know the river that they live near. Many people don't even know where the river is, or the fact that when they drive over a bridge that water system is the main river in our area, and I think that's important that we be able to share that. The refuge offers that opportunity, and the river keepers really push it.
Wagner and others are pushing hard for more river access closer to the refuge so more people can explore, mile by mile, the river's beauty and adventure.
Do you think the river offers an extension of what the refuge kind of
invite you to explore that maybe?
Well, to a certain extent it's even better because the refuge, you know, you're on land and you're sort of confined to certain paths. Once you get to the river, you can do whatever as long as you don't encroach upon the banks.
You know, when you're out on a day like today and it's so quiet and you can't really see much human influence, it sure feels like it. This must have been how it was 200 years ago.
Brian says that the river keepers have introduced more than 10,000 people to the beauty of the Tualatin River, and there's still time. He says the peak of the fall colors along the river another 2 weeks away. So we provided all the details, directions, and contact information so you can get out there and make your own outdoor adventure and explore the Tualatin River. So until next week, get out here and explore a slice of seasonal change in Oregon's fall colors. It is wonderful. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComb.